Hey, what's up guys, it's Scrub here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw hands. It's super simple, and I'll go through it step by step and give you insight into how I like to think about them, how I like to go about drawing them. Alright, let's go. We're gonna first begin by drawing this specific shape. This is how I like to think about hands. This right here is where the thumb's gonna go. You just want to branch off a little stump. Something to note about the thumb is that it only has two joints. It has a joint here and it has a joint here. So it's a little bit smaller than the rest of the fingers, and it only bends in these two places here, and it bends very specifically. I'll draw a little curve here like that. Now you got your thumb. So the reason I draw the shape like this as well is because it's a lot easier than thinking of it as a square, right? When you think of it as like a square or a rectangle, like most people will tell you, you don't get the right positioning of the thumb, because the thumb comes out and then it bends upwards right here. It makes like this little dent. Now what I like to do is try to think of it more 3D rather than 2D. Because obviously the thumb's going to be here, but it's going to be in a different position. So I put like a little lump here to show that the finger's bending. This is very specific for this position of the hand. But this gives the idea of like how you want to think about drawing them in a 3D space. Alright, now if you take a look at your own hand, the thumb has like a little piece of skin right here that allows the bendability of the thumb and the pointer finger. And I know a lot of people will go about it like this and they'll put like circles or whatever. I hate doing that. Fingers do not look like that. What they really look like is a curve in between each finger. And another thing to mention or to note is that the fingers are more positioned like this, and the pinky tends to drop a little lower than the rest of the fingers right there. And you got the tops of the finger or the bottom of the fingers. So these fingers have 3 joints. So if you look at your own hand, you can see the lines in between where all the joints are positioned. So like this. Since this is a right hand, right? This middle finger will be just slightly bigger than this one, the ring finger. The pinky will be just below this one, ever so slightly. The ring finger aligns here, and there's a joint here, and a joint here near the top of the pinky. The pinky has a joint down here, and then it continues here in these areas just about. So you got to think about the positioning of all these joints to help show the different size of the hand. How I like to do it is I'll always start with the thumb just to get it out the way, because it helps pose the hand. I usually like to draw the pointer finger first, so joint right around this area, goes up. We're not at the tip of the finger yet, then another joint, and then boom, then the actual finger. Drawing the hands is pretty much all about where you put these bumps at. Now that you got your pointer finger down, you can measure out the size for the middle finger. So if you look at your hand again, you know that the middle finger is a little bit longer. So your next joint will go right around here above the pointer finger. Now we know the middle finger will land around here, or the joint right here will land around this area near the pointer finger. The ring finger will land just slightly under here, under this joint here, and then go up just slightly under this one, and up just a little bit shorter than the middle finger. And now the pinky, we know it's dropped slightly lower. It's gonna go extremely lower than this one, right around here. It's gonna go up little box. And then it stops just under this line, just under it. Hands have all these other things inside, like the ridges and like the curvatures. So I always put one here next to the thumb. I always put one across. It usually makes like a weird triangle here, and usually there's another one here. I don't usually draw this one just because like I don't draw my hands that detailed. Pretty much it for the fingers and the hand. Just make sure you use good references. You can even use your own hand as a reference. It'll help you understand, draw hands properly and draw them accurately. And it'll also help you simplify them for your characters in the future. Another thing to note is the lumps here at the very bottom near the base of the hand. There's these curves that come together. I like to draw them just a little bit in and then leave like a gap, and I'll do this just to show the little vein that runs right there. For some characters they have it, other characters don't. But I also like to draw the creases every now and then when the hand's in like a bent position. It just adds more detail and semi-realism to your drawings. And then you just want to adjust to make sure everything looks okay. Something you want to avoid when drawing the thumb is the monkey hand or the monkey palm effect, where people would draw the fingers all the way up here, right? But then when they try to draw the thumb a little bit lower, they tend to drop it too low. It ends up looking like a monkey paw. So just make sure you're looking at your hands, using them as a reference. It'll help to practice drawing them on your own. That's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. Super simple, super easy. There's no secret tricks that will help you draw hands perfectly. It's gonna take practice. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. See you later.